Are you ready? Fuck yeah, I'm ready. I'm the Wolverine.
Deleted Deadpool. 3 scenes that would have shaken the multiverse. Deadpool, the Marvel Messiah, the Marvel Jesus, and all-around multiverse savior. And Wolverine showed up with a ton of cameos and jokes, but not all of it made it to the big screens. Yep, a movie could have been pretty different. There were a bunch of ideas and scenes that got scrapped, like the one where Deadpool 3 was supposed to be a redo of Thor 2 with Ryan Reynolds, or a scene where Hugh Jackman was supposed to dance naked. Speaking of Hugh, before he signed on, Reynolds even thought about dropping Deadpool into famous scenes from every MCU movie. Planning Deadpool 3 was no easy task. I mean, how do you follow up on Deadpool 2, the highest grossing film in the X-Men series, and the highest grossing R-rated Marvel film ever? After the 2018 hit, Ryan Reynolds and his team struggled to come up with the perfect idea for the third movie, and a lot of concepts ended up getting scrapped. Eventually, they found their answer. Bring Wolverine, aka Logan, back from the grave, literally. The movie's finally out, and Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman star in one of the year's most anticipated films, Deadpool and Wolverine. But before all this, the film nearly didn't happen. For years, Ryan Reynolds and director Shawn Levy were stumped trying to find the right idea. So, what did Reynolds and Levy pitch to Marvel before Jackman's game-changing call that didn't make it to the final cut? Wendy Jacobson, the film's executive producer, revealed some of the wild ideas they had for Deadpool 3 before Jackman got involved. There were so many ideas, she told The National. In a chat with CBR, Wendy Jacobson revealed some of the crazy ideas they toyed with for Deadpool 3. She mentioned they once considered a low-budget indie road trip movie starring Deadpool and Dopinder. They also entertained the idea of a frame-for-frame remake of Thor 2 with Deadpool until the first act break. Jacobson also talked about a concept where Deadpool's deleted scenes would show he'd been in the MCU all along. Those scenes just didn't make it into the final cut. Despite these wild ideas, she said she'd still be on board because of her commitment to Ryan Reynolds. Kevin Feige, head of Marvel Studios, weighed in on the Thor 2 remake idea, calling it one of the weaker concepts among the many pitched. Director Shawn Levy also mentioned that Deadpool 3 was almost scrapped until Hugh Jackman unexpectedly agreed to return as Wolverine. Between 2018 and 2022, many ideas were floated, including one from Reynolds that Marvel initially turned down. Reynolds wanted a Rashomon-style story, showing the same events from 3 different perspectives, inspired by Akira Kurosawa's classic film. Feige wasn't a fan, firmly saying, "Absolutely not." Reynolds also pitched a short film idea where Deadpool interrogates a man who turns out to be the hunter who shot Bambi. Feige's response was, "We don't mess with Bambi," to which Reynolds responded, "Okay, sorry, I didn't know Bambi was a sacred cow." Yup, this is all real. I know all this sounds bizarre, but trust me, this all happened. Even if Feige had liked the Rashomon idea, Jackman's return wasn't a sure thing. After Logan in 2017, which gave Wolverine a definitive ending, Jackman had made it clear he was done with the role. He admitted, "The truth is, I meant what I said when I said I was done. I announced that before we shot Logan, but then, about 3 days after that, I saw the first Deadpool in 2016, and about 15 minutes in, I thought, oops." The idea of a team-up stuck with Jackman, who could see the 2 characters working well together, inspired by movies like 48 Hours and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. On August 14th, 2022, while driving, Jackman realized he really wanted to make it happen. He pulled over to call Ryan Reynolds, saying, "I want to do this. Please tell me you'll do this." Fortunately, Reynolds and director Shawn Levy were just hours away from a final pitch to Feige. They scrapped their previous ideas and revamped everything to include Jackman. Feige gave the green light this time around, though Jackman didn't get a writing credit. He sent Reynolds a detailed voice note with ideas that became key to the final film. Jacobson noted, "Hugh knows this character better than anyone. This is his 10th time playing him, so it was crucial to honor Logan's legacy. He took the character in incredible new directions and finally got to do some things he'd been itching to do for years." Jacobson was impressed by Jackman's dedication. On our last day of filming, even though Hugh didn't have any lines in the final scene, he was in his sleeveless suit doing 10 push-ups before every take. Just complete commitment from start to finish, she added. And you can definitely see those muscles from start to finish, especially toward the end, where Deadpool has plenty of fun poking at them. Jacobson talked about the editing process, saying it was all about trying different things to see what worked. Editing a comedy involves experimenting to find out what hits and what doesn't, she explained. It was pretty organic, and there weren't many big surprises during editing. This led to a film that stayed close to the original script with minimal cuts, though there are still a lot of wild alternate takes that might show up later. She mentioned, there are only a few very short deleted scenes. The script was solid structurally, but we have a ton of alternate jokes and improv because of the comedy gold we captured. We could have made countless versions of this film. Even with a few deleted scenes, the film is full of alternate jokes and improv. Jacobson hinted that some of these outtakes might make it into home releases. We're definitely planning to include some deleted scenes and hopefully a gag reel to showcase the many versions of jokes we had, she said. I really hope so, because Ryan Reynolds just revealed a crazy deleted scene from Deadpool and Wolverine that sounds amazing. According to Reynolds, there was a wild scene where Wolverine was supposed to do a dance number to Elton John's. I guess that's why they call it the blues. Unfortunately, it got cut during the draft stages, according to film updates. Since Jackman is a pro dancer and performer, it would have been an epic addition to the movie. Hugh Jackman also revealed something that makes the idea of Wolverine dancing to Elton John even crazier. During the Deadpool and Wolverine press tour, he mentioned hearing a rumor that the scene might have been even wilder than we thought.
I heard there was a full song and dance number for Wolverine.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Naked.
In an earlier draft,
I had
there was.
Apparently, there was talk of a full song and dance number for Wolverine, possibly even with him performing naked. While an R-rated movie could totally go there, it might be a bit much for the MCU. It might sound wild to think of Wolverine dancing in Deadpool and Wolverine, but with Hugh Jackman's impressive musical background, it could totally make sense. Jackman's had a stellar career in musicals, from his Tony-nominated roles in The Boy from Oz and The Music Man, he won for the former, to his special Tony Award in 2012. Plus, his performances in The Greatest Showman, Happy Feet, and Les Miserables showcase his musical chops. So, a dance scene in Deadpool and Wolverine wouldn't be too far-fetched. Wolverine breaking into a song and dance routine, especially in the buff, is definitely out of character. But with Deadpool and Wolverine diving into the multiverse, anything's possible. Ryan Reynolds has hinted at this scene, but it looks like it won't make it into the theatrical release. If it was filmed, though, we might still get to see Hugh Jackman show off his dance moves as Wolverine down the line. That's a wrap on all the behind-the-scenes secrets from Deadpool and Wolverine. It's wild to think about all the crazy ideas that were considered before we got the epic team-up we see today. What do you think about the wild concepts that didn't make it into the final cut? Would you have liked to see Wolverine dance to Elton John? Or do you have another favorite idea from the drafts? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.